and I's first date was, she's gonna hate this, a Facebook date. It was a Facebook date. It was a Facebook date, babe. And we had been talking back and forth online, and I was real. Oh God, wit is my kryptonite, and this girl is so witty, right? So, talking online, back forth every day.
I remember making the comment about how our siblings were conspiring against us. And it kind of led to like, well, you know, one of these days when we're both in High Point at the same time, we'll make them happy and meet, you know, just to appease them.
So we decided to meet at Starbucks for the first time, like after we really like to, started to like each other. And I think she said, "Do you like coffee?" And I said, "Yes." I don't like coffee.
He said, "Do you want to grab a cup of coffee?" Which is a sly way of, whatever. And so we agreed to meet at Starbucks. And that was how the whole thing came about. And it was October 3rd, 2010. I can guarantee you he doesn't remember that.
She ran up to me and she gave me a hug, and her little squinty eye. The first thing I noticed was her little squinty eyes when she smiled.
I was wearing these black leggings with gray boots and this little like navy dress with flowers on it. And like a little like white cardigan. I swear he remembers me in something different, but I know that's what I wore.
She was wearing, oh crap, she was wearing some sort of multicolored sweater, maybe. No, it was, she had an owl necklace on. I know that. Gosh, she was wearing some sort of boots. So, and
he almost killed it because he said, "This is the first Facebook date I've ever been on." And I was like, this is not a Facebook date. We did not meet on Facebook. We know each other through mutual friends and our siblings. This is not a Facebook date. And so I just was like horrified. And then he just kept laughing that I was so horrified that he called it that. But the whole time I could not stop smiling. Like I had this gigantic grin on my face the whole time because I was clearly like into him. And I remember telling myself, I was like, stop smiling, you're an idiot, stop smiling, he can clearly see that you're smiling. And I'm pretty sure I just smiled for 4 hours or 3 hours.
Some sort of earthy colored sweater.
So we had this wonderful 3-hour conversation. I had to go, and so he walked me to my car. And I opened the door and I was like, you know what? I was like, I'm just going to take a second to get in. And I said, here's how I'll know if he's interested in me. If when he gets to his car, if he turns around and looks at me again, I'll know he's interested. And so I kind of took a second, like rifling through my purse, and sure enough, he got back to his car and his back was to me. And he got to his car and he turned around and looked at me again. And I was like, yep.
If I looked back 10 years from now and said, "Oh, what did we do? And what did we do when we dated? And what was the best stuff?" I'd have to say The Price is Right. That was awesome. Every zoo, we love the zoo. Go to see the Givens. A Givens is a monkey from Malaysia, I think, and they have really long arms, and their arms are too long to walk. They can't walk on the ground without putting their arms up, so they're doing the Givens. She wears heels and she walks around like a professional, but when she's comfortable and she's at home, she'll kick off her shoes and she'll just shuffle everywhere, shuffling around. Like I'm talking, her feet don't lift off of the carpet. I don't know whether she has a carpet fetish or something like that. They just don't lift off the carpet. So you can hear it's not a step when she's coming. It's a shh, 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 shh. That's her weirdest habit. But I've loved it. I made my peace with it. No, I love it. But I love it.
Oh my gosh. Alex's weirdest habit, it's the crime scene clothes laid out in his bedroom. I don't understand it, but when he goes to bed at night, he, whatever he wore that day, he takes it off, lays it on the floor in the perfect, looking like a body, and it literally looks like a crime scene. And if he hasn't been home or hasn't had time or hasn't been able to clean up, you might see 2 or 3 crime scenes.
The most awkward gift I ever gave Amy has got to be the extra large Sheltie t-shirt. And you have to show a picture of that. You have to show a picture of that. I paid way too much for it, and she said she wanted a Sheltie. She go, Alex, I want a Sheltie. I want a Sheltie. I'm like, oh my gosh, Amy, you'll have your Sheltie. You know, we just got to get married first, or you have a place to keep a dog. And so for a gift, I got her a big Sheltie t-shirt. And it's not like a little Sheltie on it. It's literally the face of a Sheltie on a t-shirt. And she bawled. She loved it. I haven't seen her wear it, but she loved it, I think.
The Sheltie shirt. Yeah, I have not worn the Sheltie shirt yet. In fact, I just found it yesterday. I have this box of stuff in my closet that's like the Alex box. And the Sheltie shirt pretty much went straight to the Alex box.
If there was a fire in my apartment, I would take off my shirt, get under my pinball machine, lift it with my bag, and just penguin walk all the way down to the bottom. And I would take it 3 flights down, because that's my thing. That's my thing.
It's a little nerdy. But that's okay. You know, I can honestly say I never thought in a million years I would have to deal with a monstrosity in my house that my husband would play on a regular basis. But, you know, he loves it, and, you know, if he loves it, that's fine. But yeah, my first thought was like, yeah, he's a nerd.
She says she likes to play it every once in a while. That's crap. She doesn't. She hates pinball. When I first started talking to Amy, not even really dating her, Tony took me to the Ruby Tuesdays near his house, and the corner booth in the back, and he pretty much sat me down, and me and Amy and I were talking, and said, "What are your intentions with my daughter?" You know, the whole deal. And I answered and said, "I want to date your daughter. I really like your daughter." And that he pretty much gave me the whole lowdown and said that if I touched her, then he would kill me. So, forward 2.5 years, I've made this decision that I want to ask Amy, and I'm in New York and the whole deal. So I call Ruby Tuesdays up and I say, "Hey, I want that corner booth in the back." I don't think that anybody's ever reserved a booth at Ruby Tuesdays. I want the corner booth in the back. I want to be sitting on this side, and I want that open when I come. So I called Tony up, leaving work one day. I said, "Tony, Mr. Tony, Mr. Williams." I said, "Can we go to dinner? I just want to talk." And he was like, "Yeah, give me about 15 years." I was like, "No, can it be soon?" And he said, "You know what? We'll make it tonight, because I know you're nervous." So he automatically knew, and he talked to Miss Janie, and they knew what was going on. So he got Miss Janie's permission, and Mr. Tony met me there, and we had a good long 30 minutes of just casual conversation. And then after our appetizer, I asked, "You know why I'm here?" And he said, "Yeah." And I said, "I want to marry your daughter." And he had a piece about it, and we talked very sincerely. We talked about the Williams women. We talked about life. We talked about marriage. We talked about Christ-centered relationships, and it was a really, really good time. And we prayed afterwards, and yeah, so it's a 2.5 year difference.
We had gone to New York to visit Trevor and Caitlin, and we had been wanting to do this for a while, so it was like a big deal that we had gone up there. And it was Alex's first time to New York, my second time, so we were doing a lot of the touristy stuff. We spent the first half of the day, went to the Met, went to Central Park. We were walking around Central Park. I mean, I was suspicious of nothing. I had no idea.
And I'd kind of planned it a little bit before with the help of my family. Thanks, family. And I saw this lady's gazebo, this beautiful white gazebo. And Trevor made some lame excuse. We were all walking up. Trevor made some lame excuse like, "Let's go look at the geese, Caitlin."
I was like, I've been walking around for 8 hours. The last thing I want to go do is look at geese. So they got up and leave, and Alex and I are now sitting there. And I remember starting to talk about how much fun it had been to travel up there together, because we've never traveled anywhere before together, like actually flying going somewhere together.
We talked a little bit, and I said, "You want to travel the world with me?"
And I said, yes, I can't imagine doing it with anyone else. And he said, okay then. And he reaches in his pocket and stands up, and at first I was like, what's he doing? And then I realized what's happening, and I see him pull out the little blue box, and he gets down on one knee. And I just start then I just start kind of freaking out. I'm like, oh my gosh. Like, I think I instantly started crying. And, he's on one knee with the box, and he says, will you spend the rest of your life with me? Which I think is just the most perfect way to phrase that. Not just will you marry me, but will you spend the rest of your life with me? I saw the writing on the box, and I thought it said Tiffany's, and I pushed the ribbon to the side, and I said, is that Tiffany's? And he laughed, and he said, yes. And I said, have you talked to my father? And he said, yes, it's blessed. And he said, are you going to answer me? And I said, oh, yes, of course, yes. And then he let me unwrap it and then, open it up. And then he took the ring and put it on my finger, and it was wonderful.
The book of love is long and boring. No one can lift a damn thing. It's full of charts and facts and figures and instructions for dancing. But I love it when you read to me, and you can read me anything. The book of love has music in it. In fact, that's where music comes from. Some of it's just transcendental. Some of it's just really dumb. But I love it when you sing to me, and you can sing me anything.
I have no doubt he will be a wonderful husband, a wonderful father. I'm gonna cry. You can't make me cry on tape. He is truly the most wonderful man I've ever known. I can't wait to be his wife. I feel like it's an honor to be his wife, and he deserves a wonderful wife, and I'm gonna do everything in my power to be that for him. And I just have so much respect for him as a man. I have so much faith in his character and his integrity, and I have no qualms about any of that. And I just think I think we're perfect for each other, and I truly can't imagine being with anyone else ever.
The book of love is long and boring and written very long ago. It's full of flowers and heart-shaped boxes and things we're all too young to know. But I love it when you give me things, and you ought to give me wedding rings, and I
I hate change, and it's just been ingrained in my psyche. I don't know why. But I just hate change in general. You can look at my shoes right now, okay? You can get it closer to that. I just hate change. I don't know why. Some change good, some change bad, right? I love this change. And I'm excited about it. And I can't wait to change where I live and change my eating habits and change who I come home to. No offense, Chaz. And I just can't wait to spend the rest of my life with you, because I know we're gonna have a darn good time.